Hi, good evening, everyone. It is Yolanda here from Empowered Parents. Lovely to see you here today. I thought I'd share on a topic that a lot of that we all go through. Nobody is exempt, and that is experiencing resistances. And when I say resistances, I mean clashes from people around in our external environment. And I just wanted to share what the significance of that is, and also to reiterate that around Christmas time, working with families and dealing with families and relatives can be challenging. And hopefully, what I share here today will throw some light and also shift that perception on what that is. Shift your perception on how. Sorry about that. Got disturbed there. I hadn't put it on silent. Um, I'm going to wait for a call. It's my daughter calling. Anyways, um, so I lost my trail of thought. Sorry. So the significance of shifting the way we perceive when resistances come about. It might help you. So here goes. So just becoming aware of what you're resisting and where those resistances are coming from. I always say notice patterns. There's always patterns that are showing up for us. Recognizing what the fear underlying is. Hi Patricia. Could be a fear of rejection. It could be our own innermost fears that are causing these resistances in our external environment. Guys, please ask questions. I can see there's a few of you watching. I'd love to answer questions. It will help me deliver this message more appropriately and in a way that I know everybody can understand. So what I mean by resistances is when something happens or someone doesn't agree with us maybe, or an external situation shows up. It could be with our kids that are acting out in a way that we are not completely happy with, and it causes a negative charge. Another word for resistance is the negative charge that shows up within us. And I invite you to become curious. Step one, become curious about how and where is it showing up. So often we will find that there are certain common trends in the resistances that show up. So this evening with the client that I was working with, the fear of rejection was coming up for her, and when we looked at other situations, we recognized that the trend was pretty similar. So there's fear of rejection coming up consistently. So how we work with this is we recognize that there are many ways in which we can look at any given situation. However, we are choosing to react from one particular way, or there seems to be a pattern in the way that we are that we are showing up, and this is nothing but a reflection of where we are at. So if we have and many of us do have, for example, fear of rejection within us, what is going to happen is that as life situations play out and each situation is showing us so many dimensions, the ones we pick up, the one that we feel resistance to, are the ones that we are reflecting back from where we are at. So if we have unhealed stuff about rejection from our past upbringing, we are holding that energy within us until we have resolved it. So going into those stories, sorry guys, it keeps breaking off. Revisiting those stories helps us to get clarity and helps us to shift that energy around. Hello Helen, good to see you here. Helps us to shift the energy around those negative emotions. So hey, how are you? So definitely guys, looking at resistances when they show up, checking in with those with the stories, so they're not recognized that it's coming from from a past unhealed emotion that is stored. And how you know this is look at the most current situation that has shown up for you. Any resistance, anywhere where you were in a conflict situation, or somewhere where you found a negative charge build up in you. It could be with your kids, it could be with family, it could be with friends, it could be with a stranger. Recognize that emotion that came up within you, and say, for example, the fear of rejection is the underlying fear that sits under that clash. And if you have any questions, guys, please ask. I don't know if I'm giving enough clarity here, but I'm happy to elaborate on any aspect. My understanding is that you understand how to recognize a fear when you look at a current situation. You are able to identify the underlying fear that you hold within yourself. Otherwise, it wouldn't have come up. There's always an underlying personal fear under any clash or conflict situation, and there'll always be an aspect of I'm not good enough that's sitting under it. So just sharing that as well. So so that's what you do. You recognize what that is, and then look at previous clashes and previous conflicts and see whether there's a pattern there. Recognize that this is work that you need to do, that it is something that's sitting within you, and the only reason it is showing up in your external environment is the universe working for you. The universe or our world or our external circumstances are always working for us and not against us. So they are giving us information that we need, so that we can clear this off and we can let go, so we can live our whole our life's purpose and live live out what we are here to live out. And we can't do that until we have cleared these resistance and stop having this negative charge and be free of these of these patterns. Hi Rafael, good to see you here. Excited for the Christmas season. I'm sure lots happening. So yes, guys, definitely great tips here. Happy to elaborate on anything that you would like more explanation on. Looking at those patterns, and what I do is I work with my mentors, because like when we're driving, we have blind spots that we don't see within ourselves. It's great to work with somebody else who can have a helicopter view over situations as they play out, so we can shift this, recognize the pattern, become aware of how it's playing out, shift those stories, go into the past, shift those stories. We're storing past emotions and unhealed stuff that's showing up in our current life till we are brave enough to let it go. Also, this is courageous work. It's not for the weak-hearted. And if you're watching this video, then you are courageous and you are here, and there is something that you are ready to let go. So happy to jump on a call and work through anything with you that might be showing up. So if you're watching this video now, or if you're watching it at a later time, I would love to give you some insight on how this works, so we can let go and allow you to live your best self, free of these charges and these and unnecessary conflicts. Really, they are unnecessary, especially because once you see the pattern and you see that they're coming from yourself, that your external environment is being reflected on your own stuff. So just recognize the pattern, guys. Go back few instances of when you've see if there's a pattern, and recognize that, okay, this is exciting. Become curious. This is work that I can do within myself. So happy to help you out with that. It's what I do in my work. And I'd love to help you out. Jump on a call, send me a message. I would absolutely love to. See you guys. Have a lovely evening. Bye.